Fractions, decimals, and percentages may look like completely different kinds of numbers. But did you know that they can actually represent the exact same value? For example, 1/2, 0.5, and 50% all mean the same thing. So how are they connected? Before we learn how to convert one form into another, we first need to understand the kind of numbers they belong to. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about rational numbers. We'll also discover how to convert fractions into decimals and percentages using simple and easy-to-follow methods. So grab your notebook, get your pen ready, and let's begin. What exactly is a rational number? A rational number is any number that can be written in the form of a fraction. In mathematics, we write it as a over b, where a is called the numerator and b is called the denominator. There is only one important rule. The denominator cannot be 0 because division by 0 is undefined. Let's look at our first example. Is 3 over 4 a rational number? Yes. Why? Because it is already written as a fraction. Its numerator is 3, its denominator is 4, and the denominator is not 0. Therefore, 3/4 is a rational number. How about 7? Many students think this is not a rational number because it isn't written as a fraction. But remember, every whole number can be written as a fraction. 7 can be written as 7 over 1 because 7 divided by 1 equals 7. Since it can be expressed as a fraction, 7 is also a rational number. Now let's look at 0.25. Can a decimal be a rational number? Yes, because we can write 0.25 as 25 over 100. If we simplify, both numerator and denominator can be divided by 25. 25 over 100 divided by 25 over 25 equals 1/4. Since it can be written as a fraction, 0.25 is also a rational number. How about -5? Negative numbers can also be rational numbers. We simply write -5 over 1. Since it can be expressed as a fraction, -5 is also a rational number. Now here's something that is not a rational number. Look at this fraction, 5 over 0. Can this be a rational number? No. Why? Because the denominator is 0. Remember, division by 0 is undefined. That's why a rational number can never have 0 as its denominator. So let's review. A rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. That includes fractions, whole numbers, integers, and many decimals. The only rule is that the denominator must never be 0. Now that we already know what rational numbers are, let's learn how to convert fractions into decimals. Our first method is called changing the denominator into a power of 10. A power of 10 refers to numbers like 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and so on. This method works whenever the denominator can easily be changed into one of these numbers. The idea is very simple. First, change the denominator into 10, 100, or 1,000 by multiplying both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. Always remember this important rule. Whatever you multiply by the denominator, you must also multiply by the numerator. Why? Because we want the fraction to remain equivalent, which means its value does not change. Once the denominator becomes a power of 10, converting it into a decimal becomes much easier. Let's see how it works. Let's start with our first example. We are given the fraction 4/5. Our goal is to change the denominator, which is 5, into 10. Ask yourself, what number should I multiply 5 by so it becomes 10? The answer is 2. Since we multiply the denominator by 2, we must also multiply the numerator by 2. 4/5 times 2/2 equals 8/10. Now comes the important part. Remember that every whole number has an invisible decimal point at the end. So technically, our fraction can also be thought of as 8 over 10. Yes, both the numerator and the denominator have an implied decimal point because they are whole numbers. However, we do not move the decimal point in the denominator. Why? Because the denominator's job is only to tell us the place value. Instead, we simply count the number of zeros in the denominator to know how many places to move the decimal point in the numerator. Since 10 has 1 0, we move the decimal point in 8 one place to the left. Notice that the denominator stayed the same. Only the decimal point in the numerator moved. The denominator simply acted as our guide. Therefore, 4/5 equals 0.8. Now let's try another example. This time our denominator is 4. We want to change it into 100. Ask yourself, what number should I multiply 4 by so it becomes 100? The answer is 25. Since we multiply the denominator by 25, we must also multiply the numerator by 25. 3/4 times 25 over 25 equals 75 over 100. Again, remember that every whole number has an invisible decimal point. So we can think of this fraction as 75 over 100. Notice that 100 has 2 zeros. That means we move only the decimal point in the numerator 2 places to the left. The denominator's decimal point stays where it is because it is only serving as our guide. Therefore, 3/4 equals 0.75. Let's summarize what we've learned. Remember these important points. Every whole number has an implied decimal point at the end. So technically, both the numerator and the denominator have a decimal point. However, we never move the decimal point in the denominator. We only count the number of zeros in the denominator to determine how many places to move the decimal point in the numerator. So far, we've learned our first method, changing the denominator into a power of 10. But that method doesn't always work. For example, what if your denominator is 3, 6, 7, 9, or 15? These numbers cannot always be changed into 10, 100, or 1,000 by simply multiplying them by a whole number. Does that mean we can no longer convert the fraction into a decimal? Of course not. That's why we have our second method called long division. The good thing about this method is that it works for any fraction. Before we start, remember one very important idea. A fraction actually represents division. The fraction bar means divided by. For example, 4/5 means 4 divided by 5. Likewise, 7/10 means 7 divided by 10. So when using long division, the numerator goes inside the division symbol and the denominator goes outside. Let's see how it works. Let's begin with 4/3. Since a fraction means division, we write it as 4 divided by 3. Remember, the numerator goes inside and the denominator goes outside. Can 3 go into 4? Yes, it goes one time. Write 1 above the division bar. Now multiply. 1 times 3 equals 3. Subtract. 4 minus 3 equals 1. Since we still have a remainder, we cannot stop. Add a decimal point to the quotient and another 0 to the dividend. Now divide again. How many times can 3 go into 10? It goes 3 times. Write 3. Multiply. 3 times 3 equals 9. Subtract. 10 minus 9 equals 1. We still have a remainder, so we bring down another 0. Did you notice something? The remainder keeps repeating. That means the decimal will also continue repeating. Therefore, 4/3, 1.33. Since the digit 3 repeats forever, we call this a repeating decimal. Now let's convert 5/8. Write 5 divided by 8. Can 8 go into 5? No. So we write 0. Add a decimal point. Bring down a 0. Now we have 50. How many times can 8 go into 50? It goes 6 times. Write 6. Multiply. 6 times 8 equals 48. Subtract. 50 minus 48 equals 2. Bring down another 0. Now divide again. 8 goes into 22 times. Multiply. 2 times 8 equals 16. Subtract. 20 minus 16 equals 4. Bring down another 0. Now we have 40. 8 goes into 40 exactly 5 times. Multiply. 5 times 8 equals 40. Subtract. The remainder is now 0. Since there is no remainder, we stop. Therefore, 5/8 equals 0.625. Since the decimal ends, this is called a terminating decimal. Let's summarize what we've learned. A fraction means division. The numerator goes inside the division symbol. The denominator goes outside the division symbol. If there is a remainder, add a decimal point and bring down a 0. Continue dividing until the remainder becomes 0 or until you notice a repeating pattern. If the decimal ends, it is called a terminating decimal. If one or more digits repeat forever, it is called a repeating decimal. Now that we've learned how to convert fractions into decimals, let's learn how to convert decimals and fractions into percent. Before we solve any examples, let's first understand what percent means. The word percent means per hundred, or out of 100. The symbol percent simply represents out of 100. For example, 25% equals 25 over 100. This means 25 out of 100. Likewise, 80% equals 80 over 100 means 80 out of 100. Since percent means out of 100, there are two methods we can use to convert fractions into percentages. Let's learn them one at a time. Let's begin with converting decimals into percent. To convert a decimal into a percent, we follow two simple steps. Step 1, multiply the decimal by 100. Step 2, attach the percent sign. You might be wondering, why do we multiply by 100? Remember, percent means out of 100. When we multiply a decimal by 100, we are expressing its value out of 100, which is exactly what a percentage represents. Another way to think about it is this. Multiplying by 100 moves the decimal point 2 places to the right. So moving the decimal point 2 places to the right is simply a shortcut for multiplying by 100. We are given the decimal 0.45. First, multiply it by 100. 0.45 times 100 equals 45. When we multiply by 100, the decimal point moves 2 places to the right. Now attach the percent sign. Therefore, 0.45 equals 45%. Now let's convert fractions into percent. There are two methods we can use. Both methods will give the same answer. The only difference is the process. Our first method is to convert the fraction into a decimal first. Then we'll use the method we just learned to convert the decimal into a percent. First, convert the fraction into a decimal. Since the denominator is 5, we can use the power of 10 method. Ask yourself, what number should I multiply 5 by so it becomes 10? The answer is 2. Multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 2. 2/5 times 2/2 equals 4/10. Now convert 4/10 into a decimal. Think of the fraction as 4/10. Since the denominator has 1 0, move the decimal point in the numerator 1 place to the left. So 2/5 equals 0.4. Now convert the decimal into a percent by multiplying it by 100. 0.4 times 100 equals 0.4. When we multiply by 100, the decimal point moves 2 places to the right. Finally, attach the percent sign. Therefore, 2/5 equals 40%. Our second method is much faster when possible. Instead of converting the fraction into a decimal, we change the denominator directly into 100. Remember, percent means out of 100. So once the denominator becomes 100, the numerator becomes the percentage. Our denominator is 4. Ask yourself, what number should I multiply 4 by so it becomes 100? The answer is 25. Multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 25. 3/4 times 25 over 25 equals 75 over 100. Now our denominator is 100. Since percent means out of 100, we simply write the numerator followed by the percent sign. 75 over 100 equals 75%. Therefore, 3/4 equals 75%. Let's summarize what we've learned today. To convert a decimal into a percent, multiply the decimal by 100, or simply move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Then attach the percent sign. To convert a fraction into a percent. Method 1, convert the fraction into a decimal. Multiply the decimal by 100. Add the percent sign. Method 2, change the denominator into 100. The numerator becomes the percentage. Remember, both methods give the same answer. Choose the method that is easier for the given fraction. And that's the end of today's lesson. I hope this video helped you understand how to convert fractions and decimals into percentages. Remember, math becomes easier when you understand the concept and practice solving different examples. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Lowkey Math, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next math tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Keep practicing, stay curious, and as always, see you in the next lesson. Bye.